In this lecture, we are going to practice DFA for binary strings divisible by 3 and 4. This is very similar to the question that we have done in the previous lecture for decimal string divisible by 3 and 4. The method is same, but in that question we need not to convert the string for decimal check. Means if we receive 3, 4, 7, we can directly check the remainder for that received input symbol. But in this case, for each and every input symbol received, we have to convert the received binary pattern to the equivalent decimal pattern every time to check for the divisibility constraints. Okay, rest the method is same as the previous question. So let's begin with the lecture. Starting with our first example for binary string divisible by 3. In this example, we are having constraint for divisible by 3 and we have defined the DFA M with the 5 possible tuples. The input strings can be combination of zeros and 1 only as it's a binary string. Next we have to define the number of states, and like previous question we can define the number of states as the number of possible remainders. So here whenever we divide a string with 3, the possible remainders will be 0, 1 and 2, and we have to define the states equivalent to each for each and every remainder. Like here Q0 is the state for remainder 0, Q1 is a state for remainder 1 and Q2 is a state for remainder 2. So for 3 remainders we have defined 3 possible states, and at every step if the remainder is 1 we should be at state Q1, if the remainder is 2 we should be at the state Q2, and so on. Further symbols, Q0 is the initial state and the final state is also Q0, because for we need to accept all those strings for which we are getting the remainder 0 by dividing with 3. So on dividing with 3 we are getting a remainder 0, then we must be at the state Q0, so Q0 should be the final state. So here the final set comprises only one state, that is Q0. So starting with the transition table, as in these type of question it is always easier to construct the transition table first. So starting with the transition table, we have the present state as Q0, Q1, Q2. Q0 is the final state as well as the initial state, and the possible inputs are zeros and 1. Okay, next starting with the completion of the states, means we have to define the transitions for Q0, Q1, Q2. So working with the completion of these state, we have to consider the input at every state. At Q0 if we receive 0, at Q0 if we receive 1, and for every input symbol received we have to convert the input to equivalent binary, equivalent decimal, and then we have to mark the transition for the same. So being on Q0 means we have received if we are at Q0 means we have received nothing, and we have to define the transition for input symbol 0 and input symbol 1. On getting a 0, convert it into the possible equivalent decimal. We have to multiply it with the 2 raised to power 0, because for the binary number base is 2, binary number system is having base 2, binary base 2 means only 2 symbols are possible with base 2. So for binary symbols conversion to decimal, we need to multiply it with the power 2 raised to power with the weight of the present symbol. Weight, here the first symbol is having weight 0, next symbol will be having the weight 1, next symbol is having the weight 2. So I think we have done all these things in the number system. So converting this into the decimal equivalent, we are getting the 0, and on finding the modulus we are getting the remainder as 0. So we need to move to the state Q0 for the 0 transition. So here is the transition in the transition table. We can also draw the transition diagram side by side, as Q0 is also the final state. So for 0 we are having the self loop at Q0. For the next input symbol 1, again convert it into the equivalent decimal, 2 raised to power 0 multiply, then we are getting the 1 and modulus will be 1. So we are moving to the state Q1 as the remainder is 1 for the input symbol 1 received at Q0. So we need to move to the state Q1 for the received input symbol as 1. Next state to be considered is Q1. At Q1 means being on Q1 means we have received the minimum symbol as 1. As you can see the transition here, we are on Q1 if and only if we have received minimum one input symbol as 1. So being on Q1 we are already having a 1. Next we have to define the transition for input symbol 0. Same way, being on Q1 we are having a 1. Next we have to define the transition for input symbol 1. So convert it into the equivalent decimal, 1 into 2 raised to power 1 plus 0 into 2 raised to power 0. We are getting the number as 2 and modulus with 3 we are getting the remainder 2. For remainder 2 we must be at the state Q2. So from Q1 for the input symbol 0 we are moving to the state Q2. For next define that same is we have to also write the transition in the transition tables parallelly, and for the next one received, converting it into the equivalent decimal number 0 into 2 raised to power 1, here we have 1 now, 2 raised to power 0, and the number we are getting is 3 and 3 modulus 3 is 0 as the remainder is 0. So for remainder 0 we need to move to the state Q0 that I have already marked in the transition table. Now we can say that the state Q0 and Q1 are complete. Only the state Q2 is left for completion. So now let's define the transitions for state Q2. At Q2 means being on for 0 we are from state Q1 for 0 we are moving back to the state Q1. This was the last transition we have find out. Next, from the state Q2 we are at Q2 if and only if we have received 2 or binary equivalent we can say 1 0. So following this path to Q2 we should have received 1 followed by a 0, only then we are at Q2. So we are at Q2 with the symbols received 1 0, or we can say that we are at Q2 with a remainder 2 and the decimal binary equivalent of 2 is 1 0. Okay, so you need not to check for the transition diagram. We can directly take the binary equivalent of 2 here as 1 0. Next we have to define the transition for input symbol 0 and also for the input symbol 1 from the Q2. So converting it into the equivalent decimal number 1 2 raised to power 2 plus, as the weight of last one is 2, weight of this 0 is 1, weight of this 0 is 0. So converting it into equivalent decimal number 2 raised to power 1 plus 0 into 2 raised to power 0 we are getting 4. 4 modulus 3 is 1. So we need to move to the state Q1. So from Q2 we are moving back to the state Q1 on getting a 0. Write the transition into the transition table as Q1 over here. Next, defining the transition for 101 or finding the binary decimal equivalent of this as 1 2 raised to power 2 plus 0 into 2 raised to power 1 plus 1 into 2 raised to power 0. So we are getting a 5 and 5 modulus 3 is 2. So for remainder 2 we need to move to the state Q2. So here we are having a self loop for the input symbol 1 received at Q2, and same is the transition in the state table as Q2. Okay, now we are done with the transition table as well as the transition diagram. Now let's check for a pattern. Here when we convert the decimal equivalent for each binary input symbol received as this, at every state we are forming a pattern and we can identify it easily. Like with the first conversion and Q naught, means for this pattern to be formed we need to consider the states in sequence. Means firstly we have to find the transition for Q naught, second we have to work with the state Q2 Q1, and thirdly we have to find the transition for the state Q2. So for forming this pattern we have to consider the states in sequence. Means first Q naught, next Q1 and next Q2 only. Then we are forming the pattern like we are getting the decimal 0, next we are getting decimal 1, and next we are getting 2, next decimal number is 3, next decimal number is 4, and the last decimal number is 5. So we are getting a number of sequence like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the remainders are also in the sequence. Means Q naught, Q1 and Q2 states are occurring in the cycle. Means after remainder 0 we are getting remainder 1, next remainder is 2, and after 2 we are getting the remainder 0, 1 and 2. So 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. We have to repeat this sequence. By this pattern we can easily construct the transition table as first is Q naught, next will be Q naught, Q1, Q2, Q naught, Q1 and Q2. So here is a pattern. So you can easily write the transition table for these type of questions starting with the Q naught, but you have to follow the string in sequence only. You need not to calculate all these conversions and calculate all these modulus. You can directly write the transitions equivalent states in the table. Starting from the Q naught, next will be Q1, next is Q2. Okay, and it is also understood that after remainder 0 for the next input symbol, if we are incrementing the number by 1, next remainder will be 1 and the next remainder will be 2, and if once we reach 3 the remainder will be 0, and the for next increment remainder will be 1 and remainder will be 2 for the next increment. So just write the states in sequence for the transition table Q naught, Q1, Q2, again Q naught, Q1, Q2, and the table is done, transition diagram is done. So I think this question is very easy to attempt in exam, and just write the table and just and then draw the transition diagram and define all the remaining tuples of the machine. So taking a clear look for the transition diagram, we have already constructed it in the last slide. So this is the final diagram for the DFA, equivalent DFA of the transition table. Now let's check for the acceptability of a string. So let's take the input string as 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so let's check the acceptability of this string, as this is forming the number 39. Decimal equivalent will be 39, so we need not to convert it into the decimal equivalent. We can just check the binary string acceptability. This is just for the sake of your knowledge. So after starting from the state Q naught, on receiving the 1, we are moving to the state, after getting 1 we are moving to the state Q1. Okay, and for the next symbol 0 or next input 0 received, we are moving to the state Q2. So we are at Q2 after reading the 0 at Q1. For the third input symbol as 0, from Q2 we are moving back to the state Q1. We are moving back to the state Q1. From Q1, on getting the next symbol as 1. Next symbol is 1. We are moving to the state Q naught. Okay, I think these transitions are clear to you. For the next input symbol 1, from this we are again moving to the state Q1, and for the last input symbol 1 we are at Q1 and we are moving back to the state Q0. Okay, now as the input is exhausted and we are at the state Q0, and Q0 is the final state, so we can say that our string is accepted by the machine. Okay, so these types are very easy questions, and if the string would end at any of the non-final state, like if we were having 100 only, 100, then we will reach the state 100, means 100 string will end at the state 100 at Q1, and Q1 is the non-final state, so the string is rejected by the machine. As the decimal equivalent of 100 is 4 and the remainder is 1, we are at state Q1 and the string is not divisible by 3, so string should be rejected by the machine. So we can easily draw the transition table, transition diagram, and show the acceptance of minimum one string for the question. Our next example is for the binary string divisible by 4. If the first example is clear to you, this is very similar or similar to the divisibility by 3 check. So for this we have defined the DFA M with 5 tuples. 0 and 1 are the input symbols, and the possible states are now 4, because on divisibility by 4 we will be having 4 possible remainders as Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. Okay, so 4 possible remainders are Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. Now we have one more remainder option as 3, so we have added the new state as Q3. Q0 is the initial state and also Q0 is the final state, because Q0 is the only state where the string that is divisible by 4 is ending. Okay, so Q0 should be the final state for the acceptance of all the strings divisible by 4. For all those strings we are getting the remainder 0. So starting with the transition table, we are having 4 present state Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3, and the Q0 is the initial as well as the final state. Possible input symbols are 0s and 1. Now starting with the transitions of the machine, so we need to complete all the states. For the completion of these states, we have to check for the acceptability of input symbols at every state, and once we are at Q0, let me erase this. At Q0 we have to define the transition for input symbols as 0 and 1. So on getting the 0 and 1, the decimal equivalent will be, we have to follow the same process every time. We have to convert in the input received to the equivalent decimal number. At Q0 we have received nothing and we have to define the transition for input symbol 0 and 1. So decimal equivalent of 0 is 0. I am directly writing it. You can if you feel, you can convert it like we have done in the previous question. The pattern formed will be 0 and 1, and the modulus will be 0, and for 1 the modulus will be 1. So for 0 we will be at the state Q0, and for 1 we will be at the state Q1. Okay, next, being on state Q1 means we have received one remainder as minimum one input symbol as 1. Next we have to define the transition for 0, and we have to define the transition for input symbol 1, and the decimal equivalent of 10 is 2, decimal equivalent of 11 is 3. Okay, so I think we can easily convert these numbers to decimal. So here the remainder will be 2 and next remainder will be 3. Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. So here are the transitions in the table. Next, at state Q2, being on Q2 means we have received 2 or decimal equivalent of 2 is 1 0, means being on Q2 means we have received minimum 2 symbols as 1 0 and next symbol is 0 and next symbol is 1. So working on this or converting them into equivalent decimal, we are getting 4 and 5 and the modulus will be 0. So move to the state Q0 and for this modulus will be 1, remainder is 1. So move to the state Q1. Same we are writing into the transition table over here, Q0 and Q1. Last state to be completed complete is Q3. Being on Q3 means we have received a remainder 3 or we have received the binary 1 1, binary numbers 1 1. So next we have to define transition for 0 and for the input symbol 1. So 1 1 0 is equivalent to decimal 6 and the modulus is 2 over here. Next for 7 the modulus is 3 and for modulus 2 we are moving to the state Q2. For modulus or remainder 3 we are moving to the state Q3. So same we define the transitions in the state Q2 as, and for input symbol 1 we are defining the transition Q3. So here again if we check carefully, we are forming the same pattern as in the last question. So the we are getting 0 for the first state, but for this pattern I repeat, we need to consider the states in sequence only, otherwise we will get confused. And the next is 1, next symbol is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, and same we repeat the states as Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. This is one cycle. After that start with the Q0 again, Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. So first cycle and second cycle same we have to repeat, Q0, Q1, Q1 then Q2 and Q3. After Q3 0, 1, 2 and 3. So these type of questions can be handled easily by such type of patterns, Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3 and again Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, and you can easily write the states in sequence in the table. Let's consider the transition diagram for the same. So we can easily construct the transition diagram for from the transition table. If you want, you can check for the acceptability of a string. For example, we have taken the string example string as 1 0 0, or you can check for the any binary string. I have taken the minimum string over here. From the state Q0, on getting 1 we are moving to the state Q1, and from Q1 for the next input symbol 0 we are moving to the state Q2, and from Q2 for the next input symbol received 0 we are moving to the state Q0, and as Q0 is a final state, the string is accepted by the machine. Okay, I think these questions are clear to you, and also you will surely get one such question in the exam. Now you can solve the question for binary string divisible by 5 by your own. You have to solve the question for divisibility by 5 check, divisibility by 2 check. Okay, in the next lecture we are going to cover the same problem, but now we are changed with the number system base, because now we have considered the number system with base 2 as binary number system. Next we will be working with the strings, input string with base number system with base 3. So the possible input symbols for the base 3 number system will be 0, 1 and 2. As for base number system with base 2, we were having 0 and 1. For octal number system with base 8, we were having input from 0 to 7. Same way for number system with base 3, the possible input symbols are 0, 1 and 2. Okay.